Hello everyone, my name is Andrew Fox and I'm a researcher for Juvenile Rehabilitation. Today is January 31st, 2019. In this brief video I'm going to talk about our recent evaluation of the Manufacturing Academy in Juvenile Rehabilitation. The full report can be found on the Department of Children, Youth and Families website. The Manufacturing Academy is a program that's been going on since 2014 in juvenile rehabilitation. It's gone through some changes over the years, but has maintained a fairly consistent curriculum. This is a 12-week program that allows youth to obtain up to 7 industry-recognized certifications. As of October 2018, 14 cohorts of youth had gone through the program. That is 136 youth. Of those, about 85% completed the program. The curriculum is administered by the Aerospace Joint Apprenticeship Committee, we call AJAC, and the program takes place at Bates Technical College in Tacoma. Our main research question was to determine what impact the Manufacturing Academy has had on youth employment outcomes. To answer this question, we used both qualitative and quantitative data. That is, we used interviews with stakeholders and numerical data. We interviewed a total of 16 stakeholders during the evaluation. We also collected program data about who went through MA and used employment outcome data from the Employment Security Department. In the analysis, we used propensity score matching. That is a statistical technique that allows us to approximate a randomized experiment. Here you see the results of the analysis. On the left, you see the percent working with corresponding blue bars. After 3 months of release, those who started MA were significantly more likely to have been employed, about 10.4% more. They also earned about $304 more in the first quarter, shown in orange. The effect remained consistent up to about 10 months. Overall, after 18 months, Manufacturing Academy youth were about 14% more likely to work and earned about $2,700 more than the control group. This slide shows the industries that the youth worked in during the study period. Interestingly, about 11% of all hours worked by Manufacturing Academy youth were in manufacturing after release from JR. That's compared to about 9% of the hours worked by those in the control group. The youth who went through MA and those in the control group were most likely to work in food services, followed by retail. So while youth were more likely to work and make additional money, they were not significantly more likely to work in manufacturing after release. We also looked at the recidivism patterns of those released in 2014 and compared the youth who went through MA to those in a control group. This graph shows a survival analysis. This is a way of looking at data over time where an event happens to people at different points. In this case, we're interested in recidivism. In this graph, the blue line represents the control group and the red line, the Manufacturing Academy youth. The y-axis, or the vertical axis, shows the probability that a youth did not recidivate. You can see at the first month, 100% did not recidivate, as they're just being released. As youth get arrested and convicted, this line moves down. Initially, you can see that MA youth were less likely to recidivate. Their line is higher than the control group. But after 12 months, these two trends merge. After 18 months, there was no significant difference between the two groups in terms of their recidivism. They both recidivated at about 50%. To summarize, the Manufacturing Academy did have some significant and positive impact on employment rates and earnings. However, the MA youth were not more likely to work in manufacturing after the release. The benefits seem to be applied to employment generally. Also, we did not find any significant differences between MA and the control group in terms of recidivism. The relationship between employment and recidivism is likely complex and should be studied further. Based on our interviews and the data, we provide some recommendations for program improvement. First, the program needs to develop a formalized implementation plan. This is essential for a multi-agency program. This will ensure people are on the same page and will prevent, in some ways, miscommunication. Second, JR should look at using a career assessment more consistently to make sure those youth who enter the program have an interest in pursuing a career in manufacturing. Third, currently there are 4 cohorts a year. Changing to 2 or 3 would allow for more orientation and follow-up time with the youth. Fourth, after youth have completed the program, they have to move to another community facility in the JR system. This allows for the next cohort to start the manufacturing academy. The majority of youth will have to move from Tacoma when they complete the program. JR should continue to identify the community facilities that have manufacturing nearby, so youth can start to apply their newly acquired knowledge. Fifth, manufacturing job placement should be a key outcome that can be monitored moving forward. Sixth, consider how Manufacturing Academy fits into the youth's treatment needs, making sure they are getting counseling or drug and alcohol treatment, for example, while they're in the Manufacturing Academy. And finally, no study is complete without recommending more research. Make sure process and outcome monitoring continues for the Manufacturing Academy on a routine basis. This program shows the potential to positively impact the lives of youth for the better. With continued refinement and improvement, we can continue to improve the lives of youth in Washington State. Thank you for joining me today. If you have any question, please do not hesitate to email me at the address on the screen. Have a great day.